Hello, this is Rex Buchheit with the Hamilton City Schools. And this video clip is focusing on Khan Academy and in particular how students are recommended to move from one activity to the next in Khan. When a student signs on, they go to the home page of Khan, and that's what you're looking at here. Then they go and click practice. And this is the screen that they see in practice. And before I talk about what you see on the screen, I need to stress the philosophy that Khan has towards student learners. We want the students to be self-directed learners. They're choosing their next course of study. So the students take ownership of what they do in Khan. And some of us will have a hard time with that because we're not guiding them, we're not telling them, we're not having the whole class together working on a particular skill set. We can do that sometimes, but the vast majority of Khan time should be allowing students to pick the category or the subject area that they want to practice on. And students will only be picking those subject areas that they have not mastered. They won't gravitate and keep doing the same activity over and over again because they won't earn any points by doing that. Khan wants to have self-directed learners. And so far, in the 25 days that we've had Khan, it looks most promising that students are doing a great job of picking the activities that work for them. And we'll go in and we'll look at some students who are all over the map in theory, and students who are moving at their own pace and what that means for them. But back to this screen. The left side of the screen is a recommendation of choices that Khan makes to the students based upon their history. So for me, these are the suggestions that Khan has for me to work on. And some of them will have a green indicator bar. This shows me, boy, you've done a lot in multiplication and division word problems, and you're really close to getting it mastered. You just have to do this much more, which is probably one session. I haven't done divisibility intuition or decimals with the number line on the number line or multiplication with carrying. And I've just touched on this one. So there's these recommendations, and these are logical recommendations that Khan makes based upon my history. On the right side, and I think it's a little confusing for a lot of us, it looks like a celestial map, and different constellations are connected with each other. The Khan Academy has plotted out all the major strands of math and linked them to a logical progression. And it's not always a this, therefore this progression. For example, the addition subtraction theme, after you're done with that, you could go work on multiplication and division, absolute value, or decimals. Those are the three recommendations that Khan would make. And you notice out here, all by itself is telling time. It's a separate entity. But what I don't like about this diagram is that it doesn't show you the true series of activities that are involved in any of these major themes. So I'm going to zoom in, and you see all of a sudden all these little stars around all these little planets around this star, so to speak. All these are subsets of addition and subtraction. All these subsets you have to master in order to be proficient in addition and subtraction. And you see that I've been diligently working here. And the yellow star means that I've mastered these areas. And so I am proficient in addition and subtraction. You also see, if I move up to here, that I'm currently working on negative numbers and word problems and decimals and the number line. I haven't attempted these items yet. So there's choices. Once I master two-digit addition, all these little these lines that show are logical choices where I can go. So they make suggestions for students. Students don't always follow those suggestions. And students will zip down through here and say, for example, I can add fractions with common denominators. I know something about that. And they may jump and they may do that. And they may be successful. So what we find is students do some experimentation, and there's a natural curiosity. What is multiplying radicals? They may go try a few problems of that, realize I'm not quite ready for that, and they gravitate back to common ground. I'm going to move now to a coach, because I have some analytics that I can look at. And I'm going to pick Mr. Who's class. And I'm going to be using the progress report. This progress report shows me the skill set that the students have mastered, where they've been and where they've not mastered. So here's my student roster. Everybody here is proficient in one-digit addition. These orange areas, these people have gone back to practice that particular field. As I move up, the activities become more complex. So students start to thin out. This student is struggling in telling time. And telling time 2 is up here. And that student was struggling, obviously hasn't done it yet. The white indicate they've not tried the activity. Powder blue, they're working on it. And the tangerine, they're reviewing it. But as I move up, I see some people have jumped to basic division, multiplying 3-digit by 1-digit. And we keep moving out. And notice this student here. They've just been zipping right along. This student has tried multiplication and division word problems, decimals on the number line 1, division without remainders. Now let's just think for a minute. If we instead told all the students in a particular class that you all must work today, I want everybody to work on two-digit addition. Everybody work on that the whole day. This student would not have been able to realize his potential and move ahead. So Khan is individualized. Khan allows the students to move as fast as they possibly can. And there's times when you look at student data, they may only take 30 seconds on a particular strand and master it because they just get the answers. They get 10 in a row that right, and then they move on. Let's keep going out here. Some people have tried some prime numbers to no avail. Keep moving out. Reading tables. These 3 tried that with success. These are all the substrands of Khan. This person here has tried angles, measuring angles. They must like geometry, but they've been successful. So going out as far as the class goes, this person here is not having that much success. I mean, as I went through, I saw quite a bit of red back here in the beginning phases too. So, but students have a natural curiosity. They see something, they want to go look at it, and they try it. Area of a parallelogram. This student went, they did 10 problems, they're proficient. They figured it out. And she's working on all these areas here. So we can't throttle this natural curiosity, and we can't stop the students' ability to move at their own pace. However, there will be times as you prepare for OAA, you may say to the class, I need all of you today, before you do anything else in Khan, is go review or go do reading tables. And once you've done the reading tables, you're free to go on your own. That's perfectly acceptable. It just don't do it 24 hours in the day. Give them a unified task to complete or review, and then let them have that freedom. Because we're seeing a richness. We're seeing the basics are all being covered, and students are being able to accelerate as much as they want. So it's okay to let students try things, and you can with your data analysis, you can analyze any student's individual progress and see how they're doing. And you can make recommendations for some people, and you may have to, who just are bouncing around and guessing that they're not using Khan the right way, and that they need to, for example, these two students here, they have so many red blocks. I would insist they watch a video first, and I would insist that they follow the left side of the screen and the practice. I would recommend to those two students who are struggling, watch the video and follow this chart here. If you have any questions, please drop me a line, or any suggestions, please let me know. Thank you very much.